Not only is today a day to celebrate with fireworks, but it's also a day for honoring and celebrating our freedom and those who have sacrificed to preserve it. Nicholas Kwolek spoke with a D-Day veteran and his son who reflected on their recent trip to the scene of that invasion, leading to freedom for millions of more people.
On Memorial Day 2018, we met with then 95-year-old U.S. Army Air Corps veteran Frank Parkinson Jr. ahead of his trip to France with his son Craig. Now, in the year of the 75th anniversary of D-Day, the now 96-year-old and his son met with us and looked back on what they call a trip they'll never forget.
I thought it was good that I was getting to go, and didn't cost me anything.
That's because Parkinson's trip back to France was paid for with the help of Lieutenant Colonel Peter Plank, the Liberty Jump Team, Veterans Affairs, and others. Parkinson had not been back to France since serving in the Army during World War II and recalled certain things that stood out to him on this trip, namely seeing the Eiffel Tower up close, getting to meet the granddaughters of President Dwight Eisenhower and General George Patton, seeing more than 600 paratroopers drop from the sky, and receiving the French Legion of Honor. What also stands out is how grateful the French people are to this day.
The people over there were splendid. They give us everything we needed. I didn't have to buy one thing. If I went in a store with them where they display stuff, they wouldn't take my money.
Parkinson's son Craig says he was moved seeing how much attention and affection his father was shown.
If he didn't sign his autograph one time during the day, he probably signed it 500. You know, just on anything that they had. I know one day we were in a bookstore, and they had an original C-47 door, and they had him sign on the door.
But it was on day one on Omaha Beach when Craig says history flooded his father's thoughts as he looked at the graves of the fallen and a special plaque showing the beaches the Allied forces landed on.
He was there by himself kind of looking at it, and it kind of overwhelmed him then.
During this 75th anniversary year of D-Day, many Americans got to see the historic sites on television in great detail. But Parkinson says nothing compares to actually being on the hallowed grounds of where fallen U.S. military members are buried.
A lot of good men. That's over. I was blessed because I got back.
To be there with him, my hat's off to him. I don't know if I could have done what he did.
And despite all the medals and recognition from our nation and France, the elder Parkinson says he doesn't consider himself a hero.
I did service. That's what I did. And if it come up, I'd do it again.
Since that won't happen, instead, on this Independence Day, we salute Frank Parkinson and all of those who serve or have served in the United States Armed Forces, defending our freedom no matter the cost. On this Independence Day, Nicholas Kwolek, KFDX 3 News.
Nick, thank you. And aside from spending time with his family, Parkinson continues to work at his business, Westmoreland Pool Company, here in Wichita Falls.